The Lions didn't think the Giants should have won the game in Detroit, but hey, they did. They're 7-3, and now they welcome another NFC North opponent in Minnesota, this time to the Meadowlands. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kerwin. Hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving and are ready for some football here on Sunday afternoon. And, Pat, Giants may have to go without Brandon Jacobs, who has done a great job running the football for them. Eli Manning becomes a big part in this game. But he should have a big game because Minnesota's secondary can't stop anything.
Yeah, well, it's a little misleading, but Minnesota's secondary does struggle, but it's a little misleading because everyone's afraid to run against Minnesota. We discuss that almost weekly. Reuben Jones will be fine. He'll give you great inside power. I think they're getting Derek Ward back. He'll give you the outside. Actually, he's a problem player for them out of the backfield as a receiver. They'll be fine as they try to get through a few games here without Brandon Jacobs. No problem. But it's going to be so inviting for Eli Manning to throw the football. His problem, though, is Plaxico's been playing hurt and getting worse every week. In the last 4 weeks, no touchdowns, which is okay. But his receptions are down to 8.5 yards a catch, so he's not even stretching out the field and getting vertical.
He's not the deep threat right now, and it's that ankle that you're talking about that has been a problem. He didn't practice this week again, which is to be expected with Plaxico Burress with the way it's working. But it's not that he's not out there not practicing. He really is injured.
If you watch it in the game tapes, you just watch him trying to get out of his stance and get off the line. He's not really threatening defensive backs. You can tell from how they are very casual in their turn to run with them, if they even turn at all. You can backpedal off and keep them in front of you. So they have to go other places now. Throw to Plaxico when the coverage is singled up and he can win a rebound. He's not the guy that forced the double coverage earlier in the year. So where do you go? Jeremy Shockey, get him down the field. Sonoris Morse, they're trying to blend Sonoris. If he could hold on to the ball, he'd help him. Don't expect Amani Toomer to be a deep threat. He's not that. He's a guy that's going to threaten the deep but break everything off and catch balls for first downs. This is going to have to be a more patient passing attack without a healthy Plaxico.
Sonoris Moss had the 4 catches last week for the Giants in Detroit. On the other side, you've got the Vikings offense, and they're talking about the fact that maybe we'll bring Adrian Peterson back, although the doctors have said that he will not go unless he gets the okay from Dr. James Andrews down in Birmingham. But Chester Taylor, as we figured, is fine. We knew Chester Taylor would be okay. But can he run against this Giants defense?
Well, you know, he can run against this. They've got a good left side. If you go and watch Minnesota's left side of that line, they can block. And they can block just about everybody in the league, and they can run the ball in there and stick it in for 100. Chester, that's what he's there for. When they bought Chester, they basically didn't know they were going to get Adrian Peterson. They were satisfied with Chester's. When Adrian fell to their lap, they couldn't resist the temptation. Chester will be fine. But this game ultimately is going to get shifted to Tavares Jackson. Can he throw the ball down the field? And here's what I think is going to happen. And just talking to Coach Childress and how he's handling the young guy, expect more deep balls. It's one of the things you should do with all young quarterbacks. They struggle more throwing crossing routes and you know, timing of swing routes. Those are harder throws for them. Let his big, strong arm young quarterback get vertical with some of these speed receivers. That's the way they're going to open this game up.
And that's how they impress people as well, with their arm strength and their accuracy down the field. Let's see if he can find the guys out there on the outside against the secondary, which is the weakness of the Giants' defense. Let's throw all those numbers and all those facts into a computer 10,000 times to get the AccuScore prediction, 10,000 mathematical results. Here's what it has for this game. No surprise, the Giants the favorite 77% of the time. And no surprise, the Vikings not expected to score a lot of points on the computer. Pat, take it away.
I like the Giants in this game. I think it'll be closer than the computer suggests it'll be, but I think the New York Giants have the passing game. They have the pass rush. And those guys who rush the passer for them, pretty good run players too. And Antonio Pierce, he's going to be the guy to slow the running game down. I like the Giants, 21-10.
All right, I'll tell you what. The Giants are coming off an emotional victory. Minnesota is coming off a game in which they saw that they could run with Chester Taylor. I'm not saying they're going to win, but they're going to surprise them, and it's going to be very close. I agree with you. This is going to be a very close game. Kick it off is at 1 p.m. Eastern, and for more on this one or any other in Week 12, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Pat Kerwin, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.